So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Ubisoft earnings case. Basically, Ubisoft came out and they said that we're getting rocked. None of our games did any good, and they're lowering their earnings target by 105 million euros because a bunch of their games missed expectations. Let's talk a little bit about Ubisoft. I'm sure you've heard about this case and what's been going on over there and how I feel about it, because I have some thoughts. We'll get into it right now. So I've seen a lot of documents about this and stories about this, but Derek Strickland is doing a great job over at Tweaktown. Now this is one of the rare instances where I haven't prepped. I kind of wanted to read this and react to it because to me, Ubisoft has lost the plot for a lot of their games. Ubisoft drops earnings target by 105 million euros as games miss expectations. And their earnings forecast has been dropped way down. Ubisoft is not in a great place right now. While earnings are stable overall, the company made some announcements that have shocked investors and dropped share value. 3 games have been canceled, and Ubisoft now expects to take a significant $500 million loss for the fiscal year. The situation is so serious that Ubisoft may actually sell some of its studios and our games to reduce risk and costs. And if you remember, Ubisoft kind of went all in on NFTs and crypto not that long ago, which was met with massive backlash. Derek also wrote, it's time for Ubisoft to give up on NFTs and crypto. And like you can see Ubisoft Quartz, where there's Bitcoin transactions and stuff related. Look, whatever happens with Bitcoin and crypto and NFTs, I'm in the negative camp on that one, but that's not going to magically bring you tons of revenue in the near future. And most gamers who've heard about it have rejected it wholeheartedly. Like nobody's gonna go all in on it. But with the Ubisoft news, what happened was they actually sent out a letter to give you an idea of just how dire it is at Ubisoft. They said the following: we are clearly disappointed by our recent performance. We are facing constrained market dynamics as the industry continues to shift towards mega brands and everlasting live games in the context of worsening economic conditions affecting consumer spending. Despite excellent ratings and players' reception, as well as an ambitious marketing plan, we were surprised by Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope underperformance in the final weeks of 2022, and early January Just Dance 2023 underperformed as well. Therefore, with the approval of the board of directors, we are taking additional important strategic and operational decisions today. It does not seem good over there. And actually, I wanted to bring up a tweet that highlighted what he actually sent to his employees, because I read it. I'm like, this is incredibly demoralizing to read. Here it is from Ethan Gatch over at Kotaku. He paraphrased on his Twitter. After a terrible 2022, Ubisoft's Yves Guillemot tells staff the next year is crucial, telling them in an email that the ball is in your court to deliver on time and on budget. Today more than ever, I need your full energy and commitment to ensure we get back on the path to success. Who's the one greenlighting all this NFT garbage that nobody wants and putting NFTs in Ghost Recon, though? It's Yves and the executives. That statement really riled me up because it's such a statement to your employees, pardon my language. But to tell your employees you're not working hard enough because of our crap decisions, who greenlit X Defiant? That looks bad on paper. And then you have a bunch of people, put all their energy and effort in towards it. You release it, you don't support it, and then it dies. They also did that with another shooter game not that long ago, and that one also died. It's like you're making these terrible decisions. Real quick, this video is about to go off the rails, so while I have you, half of you are not subscribed, and if you like my content, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. If all of the unsubscribed people hit subscribe right now, I would hit that target. Thank you so much. Let's get back into it. Now, with Assassin's Creed, at least you're going back to the roots for that franchise, because look how well Valhalla did. Give people a Valhalla like Assassin's Creed and give me my Assassin's Creed 1, my 20, 30-hour Assassin's Creed, or however long that original one was, where you just go through the main narrative, you get a great experience in terms of the story that is delivered, and then you get to enjoy it. What is all this other nonsense? And you're surprised that Just Dance and Mario and Rabbids didn't hit your it's just frustrating. Like those games are fine, but the idea that you put goals that couldn't be obtained on the developers and then you put that on the devs, it's a little frustrating. I think if you're in an upper management position, to put that on the employees is just a bad look. It really soured my opinion on where Ubisoft is at. He also calls the upcoming pipeline the best in Ubisoft history and tells staff he's excited to share more at E3 and thanks them for their ongoing contributions. It's worth noting that the last time the company faced major obstacles like a hostile takeover by Vivendi, employees actually went around wearing weird t-shirts in support of the co-founder. In 2023, things are obviously very different. We don't know what's going on with Beyond Good and Evil 2. Some of the smart things that they're doing, they have this Star Wars game that sounds freaking awesome coming around the corner from the people who created Division. If this is half as good as Division 2, especially Division 2's New York expansion was, I'm very excited about this. The Ubisoft Star Wars game will boast a fully open, seamless universe akin to that found in No Man's Sky. In the game, players will be able to jump between systems, immersing themselves in a vast galaxy, bursting at the seams with activities. That's via Inside Gaming. I believe that's from the canceled Star Wars game. I don't know if that's official art, but there was a bunch of stuff where this YouTuber actually covered off on it for Insider Gaming. And you can find more details in the Insider Gaming video. I can link to that in the description below, but that's the kind of stuff that they should be betting on. Just make cool games. What is X-Defiant? I'm really salty about X-Defiant because like I saw that and I'm like, well, that doesn't look good. And then they announced like the Ghost Recon Battle Royale. You know what people want? They want GRA 1 and 2. They want games like GRA 1 and 2 and you just modernize those. What are these like huge, massive open world GRA games that you're making? It just feels like they're so out of touch with what the community has been asking for years. The Splinter Cell game, thank goodness, sounds like it's on the right path. But geez, Ubisoft, at least they like without Assassin's Creed and what Assassin's Creed has done for them, I have to imagine they would be really not looking good right now. Let's look up Ubisoft properties right now. I know they have the Avatar game coming. So here's their actual website. Right? So they got the Far Cry games, which I think are doing okay. Rainbow Six, I've been playing that again recently, actually, and been having a ton of fun there. Assassin's Creed Mirage is like a return to roots. So they're getting back on track, but the fact that they got so off track is just so absolutely bizarre to me. Like Rainbow Six Extraction. What? Just make more Rainbow Six content. Like, why would you... Rainbow Six Extraction is trying to put the Extraction gameplay type into the Rainbow Six universe and like just make a new IP, like make something from the ground up that get people excited. It doesn't feel original. Like Assassin's Creed at the time was such a unique idea and I loved it. And it went to a part of the world and had a character that we hadn't really heard of before. And like, its whole thing was cool. And that's why it's stood the test of time. Far Cry, you know, a very interesting game. But we're on like the 6th iteration of I'm a big evil bad guy and big open world. We got to liberate towers. That could probably use a refresh. Just Dance, like it feels like, I think Stella on Unlock said basically like Just Dance just feels like an old idea that has not stood the test of time. Mortal Svedek Rising is sort of whatever. Division 2 Warlords of New York, I think was pretty good, but then support near the end, you could tell they were strained because they were kind of like just recycling old content and having it come through again. Watch Dogs Legion. Watch Dogs, there's another franchise I just want to talk about for a second. What is Watch Dogs Legion? And that was one of their more popular games. Look, the original Watch Dogs is like about hackers going around the city and messing with the cops and like this open world concept, Assassin's Creed like, and you got to sort of stealth your way around. And then by Watch Dogs Legion, it's like, oh, look, I got a stupid mask on. And for me, it's just like, that's not what Watch Dogs was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be like edgy hacker culture. And it just turned into this really different property, in my opinion. Like Watch Dogs 2 was also sort of like weird. And I know I'm complaining about actual popular franchises, but for me, bring back the original character for Watch Dogs, get back to that grittier thing, get rid of the stupid meme aspect of the Watch Dogs world. Like, I just feel like, again, you've lost the plot, right? Ghost Recon Breakpoint, big open world game. Sounds good on paper, but it was just so technically not where it needed to be. And then you watch it. I'll give you Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is phenomenal. I really like Rainbow Six Siege. It stood the test of time. It started out rough and they managed to correct it. I think Division 2 is pretty strong. And then they have stuff like Anno that is fine. They did a pretty good job with Valhalla. The problem with Valhalla, and the reason I'm glad they're going back to the original story type, is because with Mirage, it's just sort of one experience. Just like the original Assassin's Creed. So Assassin's Creed 1, 2, 3, 4, some of them like highly regarded games have just kind of got pushed to the wayside in favor of these big live service properties because Activision wants the most money they can possibly get out of you, right? I do think that the newer Assassin's Creeds have been very strong. I am very excited for Mirage, though, because I know I don't have to live in that game for the rest of my life. it has a finish line that I can hit. Valhalla, it's what, 120 hours or something like that? It just seems like too much. It seems like I have to commit to that for the next 2 months if I want to play it. I like digestible experiences, for lack of a better term. Let me know what you think about all of my thoughts today, because I'm kind of all over the place. I think what Ease said to his employees is bad. I don't think he should have done that. It sucks that they're going to have to like adjust their expectations because their stock is crashing. A 500 million euro loss for 2022. That is not good. And their stock value dropped by 12%. Ubisoft is revising full year targets and they're, pointing downwards. It's not good. But to be fair, 2023, I think is going to be a tough year for everybody. Anyway, let me know what you think about it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. Half of you aren't subscribed. Have a goal of 100,000 subs as soon as we can possibly get there, because we're just flying towards that number. We're probably near 95,000 right now. I recorded a few videos today, so who knows where we could be. But if you're not subscribed and you watch to the end, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to the members for supporting. You can click that join button right down there if you want to support at whatever level you want. And I post all these videos without ads and when they're recorded. So like if you're a member right now, you get like 3 videos at once. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm going to get out of here and I'll see you for the next one.